Important literary and cultural terms and their proponents. Part 4. Nihilism by Ivan Turgenev. New Woman by Maria Louise Rome. Newspeak by George Orwell. Abovo, From the Beginning by Horace. New Negro by Alain Locke. Speech Circuit by Ferdinand de Saussure. Kailyard School by J. M. Miller. Lake Poets or Lakers by Francis Jeffrey. Long and Parole by Ferdinand de Saussure. League of Nations by G. L. Dickinson. Pragmatism by Charles Sanders Peirce. By William James. Leitmotif by Hans von Wolfsungen. Lisible and Scriptable by Roland Barthes. Malapropism by Richard Brinsley Sheridan. Martian by James Fenton. Melting Pot by Israel Zangwill. Metaphysical by William Drummond. Orature by Ngugi wa Thiong'o. Organic Form by S.T. Coleridge. Oedipus Complex by Sigmund Freud. Structure and Texture by John Crowe Ransom. Sturm and Drang by Friedrich M. W. Klinger. Speculative Fiction by Robert A. Heinlein. Synesthesia by Jules Millet. Subjective Idealism by Johann G. Fichte. Difference by Jacques Derrida. She Tragedies by Nicholas Rowe. Superman by Friedrich Nietzsche. Superstructuralism by Richard Harland. Master Morality and Slave Morality by Friedrich Nietzsche. Surfiction by Raymond Federman. Will to Power by Friedrich Nietzsche. Spasmodic School by Charles Kingsley. Eternal Recurrence by Friedrich Nietzsche. Robotics by Isaac Asimov. Pandemonium by John Milton. Philistine, Barbarians and Populace by Matthew Arnold. Poeti Modi by Paul Verlaine. Poetic Justice by Thomas Rhymer. The Problem Place by Frederick S. Boas. The Angry Young Men by the Royal Court Theatre's press officer. In order to promote Osborne's 1956 play Look Back in Anger. Kitchen Sink Drama by David Sylvester. Saint Society by Eric Fromm. Ideological State Apparatuses and Repressive State Apparatuses by Louis-Pierre Althusser. Epistemological Rupture or Epistemological Break by Gaston Bachelard. In Medias Res, Into the Middle of Things by Horace. Cyborg by Manfred Kleins and Nathan S. Klein. Ecofeminism by François Daubon. Carpe Diem, Seize the Day by Horace. Screen Memory by Sigmund Freud. Transcendental Nominalism or Dynamic Nominalism or Dialectical Realism by Ian Hacking. Power is Everywhere and Comes from Everywhere by Michel Foucault. False Consciousness by Friedrich Engels. Banking Model of Education by Paulo Freire. Cisgender by Volkmar Sigask. The Plastic Theatre by Tennessee Williams. The Dictatorship of the Proletariat by Joseph Weidemeyer. The Struggle of Becoming by D. H. Lawrence. East is East and West is West by Rudyard Kipling. Metaphor and Metonymy by Roman Jacobson. Jabberwocky by Lewis Carroll. The Great Tradition by F. R. Lewis. The Horror by Joseph Conrad. Habitus by Pierre Bourdieu. Posthumanism by Ihab Hassan. Alter Ego, A Second Self by Cicero. Hermeneutics by Aristotle. Super Reader by Michael Riffater. Author and Scriptor by Roland Barthes. Écriture féminine, or Women's Writing by Hélène Cixous. Ecosophy or Ecophilosophy by Felix Guattari. Room 101 by George Orwell. Micropolitics, Schizoanalysis, Becoming Woman by Felix Guattari. Body Without Organs by Deleuze and Guattari. Semiotics by Henry Stubers and later by Charles Sanders Peirce. The Referential Fallacy by Michael Riffater. Author Function by Michel Foucault. Textual Overdetermination by Michael Riffater. Oligarchy and Bellyfield by George Orwell. Homosexual and Heterosexual by Carl Maria Kertabine. Thought Crime and Un peu portmanteau by George Orwell. And Interpolation by Louis Pierre Althusser.